your Audi doesn't have to drain your bank account with endless repairs. These 13 proven maintenance habits, backed by consumer reports data and master technician insights, will make your Audi run like new for 300,000 miles. Number 1. Have the engine oil interval. Ignore Audi's 10,000-mile oil change recommendations. Their long intervals are designed to get you through warranty, not to make your engine last a lifetime. According to consumer reports data and extensive documentation on Audi World forums, Audis that follow 5,000-mile oil changes with VW 504/507 approved synthetic oil regularly hit 250,000 plus miles. Those following Audi's 10,000-mile recommendation need engine replacements around 120,000 miles. Here's the science behind why this works. Modern TFSI engines run extremely hot and have tight tolerances that break down oil faster than manufacturers admit. The longer intervals cause oil breakdown, sludge formation, and timing chain system failures. Master Audi technician data from ECS Tuning confirms this approach works. Independent Audi specialist data shows cars following 5,000-mile intervals have 60% fewer engine problems over 150,000 miles compared to those following factory recommendations. The cost difference is about $20 per oil change, but the repair savings amount to thousands of dollars over the vehicle's lifetime. Number 2. Proactive PCV valve replacement. The positive crankcase ventilation system fails on many TFSI engines, causing excessive crankcase pressure that leads to rear main seal leaks and premature oil consumption. According to consumer reports, reliability data, and extensive Audi World Forum documentation, PCV system failure is responsible for 40% of Audi oil consumption complaints and vacuum leak issues. The PCV valve controls internal engine pressure and prevents oil leaks throughout the entire engine. When PCV valves fail, excessive pressure builds up inside the engine, blowing out gaskets and seals everywhere. The system includes the PCV valve, breather hoses, and various check valves that regulate crankcase pressure. Over time, these components become clogged with oil vapors and carbon deposits. Symptoms include rough, idle, whistling sounds from the engine bay and oil consumption above 1 quart per 1,000 miles. Replace the PCV valve as preventative maintenance at 70,000 miles. This service costs $200 to $300, but prevents thousands in seal and gasket repairs. Number 3. The low temperature timing check. The timing chain tensioner is a known weak spot in many 2-liter and 3-liter TFSI engines that can cause catastrophic engine damage when it fails. According to consumer reports data and extensive documentation on Audi World forums, timing chain stretch and tensioner failure affect a significant number of Audi vehicles' percentage of these engines between 80,000 to 120,000 miles. On a cold start, listen carefully for 2 to 3 seconds of chain rattle from the engine. This rattle indicates severe chain stretch and demands immediate replacement of the chain, guides, and tensioner. The timing chain system is critical because when it fails, pistons can hit valves, destroying the entire engine. Timing chain replacement costs $2,500 to $4,000 when done preventively. Engine replacement after timing failure costs $8,000 to $15,000. The warning signs include rattling on cold starts, rough idle, and metal particles in the oil. Master Audi technicians recommend listening for timing chain noise during every cold start as an early warning system. High-mileage Audi owners who catch timing problems early report successful repairs and continued reliable operation. Number 4. Proactive water pump renewal. The plastic and composite water pump and thermostat housing on many Audis are prone to slow leaks or catastrophic failure that can destroy engines through overheating. According to Consumer Reports data and Audi cooling system specialists, water pumps typically fail between 80,000 to 100,000 miles due to plastic component degradation. When the water pump fails, it causes immediate overheating that can warp cylinder heads or crack engine blocks. The thermostat housing is integrated with the water pump on many models and fails simultaneously. Replace the entire water pump and thermostat assembly preventatively at 80,000 miles before failure occurs. The complete service costs $800 to $1,200 for parts and labor. This prevents overheating damage that costs $8,000 to $15,000 for engine replacement. European Audi specialists perform this service routinely because they understand the consequences of cooling system failure. The warning signs include small coolant leaks, sweet smell in the engine bay, and temperature fluctuations. Master Audi technicians report that proactive water pump replacement prevents 95% of overheating disasters. Number 5. The fuel injector and ignition coil swap. Faulty ignition coils and leaking fuel injectors cause misfires that rapidly destroy expensive catalytic converters in Audi engines. According to Consumer Reports data and ignition system specialists, direct injection systems are particularly sensitive to component failures that cause lean or rich running conditions. When ignition coils fail, they cause misfires that damage catalytic converters, costing $2,000 to $3,000 to replace. When fuel injectors leak internally, they flood cylinders with fuel, washing oil from cylinder walls and causing engine damage. The high-pressure direct injection system operates at extreme pressures that stress injectors and coils beyond normal limits. Replace ignition coils every 60,000 miles and spark plugs every 40,000 miles as preventive maintenance. Test fuel injectors for leakage and spray pattern every 80,000 miles. Quality ignition coils cost $80 to $120 each, while fuel injectors cost $200 to $400 each. This maintenance prevents catalytic converter damage and maintains proper combustion efficiency. Master Audi technicians report that engines with regular ignition system maintenance rarely experience misfire-related problems or catalytic converter failures. Number 6. S-Tronic DSG Fluid Service. Every 35,000, the S-Tronic dual-clutch transmission is Audi's most complex and expensive component that requires regular fluid changes despite marketing claims. According to Consumer Reports investigations and DSG specialist experience, S-Tronic fluid should be changed every 35,000 miles to prevent mechatronic unit failure. The DSG transmission uses 2 clutch packs and a complex mechatronic valve body that controls gear changes. When the fluid degrades, it damages clutch packs and clogs the mechatronic unit's tiny passages. DSG transmission replacement costs $4,000 to $6,000 and often requires complete removal for repair. The fluid change service costs $300 to $400 and includes resetting the adaptation values. This service must be performed with VAG diagnostic equipment to properly reset the transmission's learning parameters. European Audi dealers perform this service routinely despite Audi's longer recommended intervals. Independent DSG specialists report that transmissions with 35,000-mile fluid changes rarely experience problems, while those following factory intervals commonly fail between 100,000 to 150,000 miles. The warning signs include harsh shifting, shuddering during engagement, and transmission warning lights. Number 7. Tiptronic Traditional Auto Fluid Service. Although often marketed as lifetime, automatic transmission fluid in Tiptronic transmissions still degrades and should be changed regularly. According to Consumer Reports investigations and independent transmission specialists, Tiptronic fluid breaks down from heat and friction, becoming acidic and attacking internal components. When transmission fluid degrades, it causes harsh shifting, slipping, and eventual complete failure. The ZF automatic transmissions used in many Audis are actually designed for regular fluid changes, but Audi marketing calls it lifetime to reduce apparent maintenance costs. Transmission replacement costs $4,000 to $6,000 when the fluid is never changed. Service the Tiptronic automatic transmission fluid and filter at 60,000 miles using Audi-approved fluid. The service costs $300 to $400 and involves dropping the transmission pan and replacing the filter. This maintenance extends transmission life indefinitely and prevents expensive failures. European Audi specialists perform this service routinely because they see the consequences of degraded fluid. Independent transmission shops report that Audis with regular fluid changes routinely exceed 200,000 miles, while those following lifetime recommendations fail around 120,000 miles. Number 8. Differential and transfer case fluid. The gear oil in front and rear differentials and transfer case for Quattro models protects high-friction components from wear and noise. According to Consumer Reports data and Quattro system specialists, differential fluid should be changed every 60,000 miles despite Audi's lifetime claims. The Quattro all-wheel drive system operates under extreme conditions that break down gear oil over time. When differential fluid degrades, the gears develop pitting, noise, and eventual failure. Rear differential replacement costs $2,500 to $3,500, while front differential replacement costs even more. For Quattro models, the center differential in the transmission also needs service. Change all differential fluids every 60,000 miles using Audi-specified synthetic gear oil. The complete service costs $200 to $400, depending on the number of differentials. This maintenance protects the Quattro system from noise and wear that leads to expensive repairs. Master Audi technicians report that Quattro systems with regular fluid changes operate smoothly and quietly well beyond 200,000 miles. The warning signs include whining noises during turns, vibration during acceleration, and grinding sounds from the drivetrain. Number 9. Fuel system decarbonization. Since fuel never washes over intake valves in direct injection engines, carbon deposits build up and block airflow, causing poor running and reduced power. According to Consumer Reports testing and fuel system specialists, carbon buildup on intake valves reduces power by 15 to 20% and causes misfires that damage catalytic converters. The direct injection system sprays fuel directly into combustion chambers, bypassing intake valves entirely. Without fuel washing over them, intake valves accumulate carbon deposits that choke airflow. Have the intake valves professionally walnut blasted every 80,000 miles to remove carbon buildup. This service costs $600 to $800 and involves removing the intake manifold to access the valves. Walnut shell blasting uses crushed walnut shells to scrub carbon deposits without damaging valve surfaces. The procedure restores full airflow and engine performance while preventing misfire-related damage. European Audi dealers perform this service routinely because they understand direct injection requirements. Master Audi technicians report that engines with regular carbon cleaning maintain like-new performance and avoid expensive repairs. The warning signs include reduced power, rough idle, and poor fuel economy. Number 10. Use only top-tier fuel. While fuel doesn't clean intake valves in direct injection engines, using high-detergency top-tier gasoline helps keep fuel injectors clean and running efficiently. According to Consumer Reports testing and fuel system specialists, top-tier fuels contain higher levels of detergent additives that prevent injector deposits and maintain proper spray patterns. When fuel injectors become clogged with deposits, they develop poor spray patterns that affect combustion efficiency and performance. The high-pressure direct injection system is particularly sensitive to fuel quality because injectors operate at extreme pressures. Only use name-brand top-tier 91 plus octane fuel in your Audi. The higher octane rating prevents knock and detonation that can damage pistons and rings. Top-tier fuels cost slightly more, but prevent expensive fuel system problems. The detergent additives keep injectors clean and maintain proper fuel delivery. Master Audi technicians report that engines running on top-tier fuels have fewer fuel system problems and maintain better performance over time. Avoid discount gas stations that may not meet top-tier standards, as poor fuel quality can damage expensive direct injection components. Number 11. Proactive control arm refresh. Audi suspension relies on numerous rubber bushings and ball joints, particularly in the multi-link front suspension, that fail due to age and road wear. According to Consumer Reports data and suspension specialists, control arm bushings typically fail between 100,000 to 120,000 miles, causing clunking noises and poor handling. When suspension bushings fail, they allow excessive movement that damages other components and creates dangerous handling characteristics. The multi-link front suspension uses multiple control arms with rubber bushings that isolate road noise and vibration. Over time, these bushings crack and deteriorate, allowing metal-to-metal contact. Proactively replace upper and lower control arms as a set every 120,000 miles to restore the legendary tight Audi feel. The complete service costs $800 to $1,200 for parts and labor. This prevents dangerous suspension failures and maintains proper wheel alignment. European Audi specialists perform this service routinely because they understand suspension component life cycles. The warning signs include clunking noises over bumps, wandering steering, and uneven tire wear. Master Audi technicians report that proactive control arm replacement prevents cascading suspension failures and maintains safe handling characteristics. Number 12. Brake fluid flush. Brake fluid absorbs moisture over time, which lowers its boiling point and causes internal corrosion in the ABS module and brake components. According to Consumer Reports data and brake system specialists, brake fluid should be flushed every 2 years, regardless of mileage, to maintain proper braking performance. When brake fluid becomes contaminated with moisture, it can boil during hard braking, causing brake fade and potential brake failure. The moisture also causes corrosion in expensive ABS modules and brake calipers. Audi's advanced braking systems with ABS, stability control, and brake assist are particularly sensitive to fluid condition. Flush and replace brake fluid every 2 years using DOT4 brake fluid that meets Audi specifications. The service costs $150 to $200 and involves bleeding all brake lines and the ABS system. This prevents brake system corrosion and maintains proper braking performance under all conditions. European Audi specialists perform this service religiously because they understand the consequences of contaminated brake fluid. Master Audi technicians report that vehicles with regular brake fluid service rarely experience ABS module failures or brake system problems. The warning signs include spongy brake pedal, brake warning lights, and reduced braking effectiveness. Number 13. Scan for codes monthly. Like BMW, Audi cars log silent shadow codes for minor sensor faults that don't trigger dashboard lights but indicate developing problems. According to Consumer Reports data and diagnostic specialists, monthly code scanning prevents 80% of major failures by catching problems early when repairs are simple and inexpensive. Audi's sophisticated control modules constantly monitor hundreds of systems and store fault codes before they cause warning lights. A failing oxygen sensor might log codes for months before triggering a check engine light. A weak ignition coil might store misfire codes during cold starts without obvious symptoms. Use a VAG-specific diagnostic tool like VCDS or OBD11 monthly to check for pending faults in modules like ABS, airbag, and engine control unit. These tools read Audi-specific codes that generic scanners miss and provide detailed information for proper diagnosis. The diagnostic tools cost $200 to $400, but pay for themselves by preventing expensive failures. Master Audi technicians use this approach on their personal vehicles because early detection prevents major problems. High-mileage Audi owners who scan regularly report catching problems months before they become expensive failures, allowing inexpensive sensor replacements instead of major system repairs. These 13 habits represent the difference between Audi ownership being a dream or a nightmare. They're based on decades of German engineering wisdom and real-world experience from owners who've made their Audis last. The key insight is that Audi longevity isn't about spending more money. It's about spending money smarter on preventive maintenance rather than reactive repairs. Following these habits will cost about $2,000 per year in maintenance, but saves $5,000 plus annually in repairs. According to Consumer Reports data, Audis maintained using these principles have a 90% chance of reaching 200,000 plus miles without major engine or transmission problems. That's the reliability German engineers designed into these cars when properly maintained. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.